everyone, my name is Michaela and I work at the Slovak Economic and Culture Office as the Deputy Representative.
Hello everyone, my name is Marek and I also work in Slovak office as a culture officer.
Today we will introduce to you the typical Slovak dish brinzové halušky, also known as the cheese dumplings.
And second dish will be strapačky, also known as sauerkraut dumplings.
So what are we going to make today?
We're going to make a really popular traditional dish, brinzové halušky.
So right now the first main thing is to peel the potatoes.
Yes.
And afterwards we're going to grate them quite finely. With grounding them and then adding some flour, we will create a dough. And so it's actually a very easy process. Anyone can make this at home. It's more enjoyed in the Slovak salaš. So we already peeled the potatoes, so now we're going to grate them. This food is very comforting and filling. So people usually have it after some exercise or like hiking or skiing, like in winter.
It provides a lot of energy, calories.
Lots of calories, exactly. You know, my grandma, she would have a big garden where she would have potatoes. She would make potatoes during summer, and afterwards she would store them for the whole winter. So she would just be cooking mainly with potatoes that were her own made.
That's your staple.
Yes. So potatoes are much more common in dishes than the rice is. We have some dumplings actually that are kind of, the dough is made quite similar, but the potatoes first need to be cooked and then peeled, and they're filled, for example, with...
Similar as the Italian gnocchi. We have similar dumplings with sweet options.
And you could fill it with anything that was available in the summer. For example, when there was strawberry season, you would fill it up with strawberry. Or when there was, plum season. Plums were really popular.
The fruits, and
we grated the potatoes.
Yes.
And we salt them a little bit.
Salt them a little bit. Do we have to drain the water?
Actually, we don't need to, because we put flour to make it more dough. It's not needed because the water will come up anyway more and more. So
we need water to make the dough anyway.
Yes, exactly.
马铃薯面团快好了，你再多加一些面粉。
And that's also how much flour you add is about the feeling. So the dough shouldn't be too thick, but also not too runny. Okay. So for the sauerkraut version, strapačky, we will put. We will put for one portion around maybe 150-200 grams of sauerkraut. So this is 400 grams, so I'm going to add half of it. But I love sauerkraut a lot, so there is never too much sauerkraut in any dish.
That's the same for me.
You can try the dough. When the spoon will hold in the dough, you can save the dough. Okay, now we're gonna cook the dumplings. We're gonna place
or gnocchi.
Yes, or the gnocchi. We have to work a little bit faster because you don't want to cook the first gnocchi too much than the last gnocchi. Just use this tool.
It's labor work.
Yes.
But it's okay.
让它在里面游泳就好，不然水太滚的话，会把这个小饺子能煮散。So sheep cheese is a very important part of your cuisine, your diet as well.
Yes, especially in the high mountain areas. You know, there are people that have sheep and goats as well, and they make the sheep cheese. So when you actually come and taste the brinza, it's like from that day. So it's like the freshest it can get. And actually brinza is just like feta. It doesn't need to be used just for this dish. It can be used into salads, it can be used into many alternative dishes as well. So it's quite popular. I really like brinza. Usually the bacon should be crunchy and golden.
I see. So it's better if we cook it with a long time.
Yes.
Slowly and make it crunchy.
Yes.
So I'm curious about what you brought here. This is so adorable. What is it made of?
It's made out of chou pollier, which is the
Corn leaves.
corn leaves that are dried up. Yes, and they make these kind of little typical Slovak old lady. This is actually mak. So this is the poppy seeds. Poppy seeds come out of this. You know.
So it's a bell.
It's a bell. Because this crystal is made in Slovakia, so it's very popular, and it's also.
So we can buy very beautiful crystal crafts in Slovak.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
So this is Tatra tea, which in Slovak you say Tatranský čaj, and it's actually it's very popular during winter season. It's 52%.
The alcohol level is very high.
But actually, this is they make 62%, 72%, and 82% as well.
Wow.
Yes, so it's very strong, and you can only drink a little bit of it. But it's very popular. It's also called Tatra tea, Tatranský čaj, because you add it into tea. You can add a little bit of it into tea, and it will warm you up, and you can be prepared for the winter season. Actually, there are 3 different ones.
The colors are different.
Yes, yeah, because it also depends on how long they are fermenting. But this is actually Tokai from a company that is in Taiwan. So actually this Slovak wine can be bought in Taiwan. This special wine is made not only in Slovakia but in Hungary as well. So there's the Slovak Tokai and Hungarian.
Tokai region, it's in 2 countries, in Hungary and Slovakia. It's like in a wine region.
I see.
So this is basically the Slovak Tokai, and it's a dessert wine. So it's very sweet, and you can have it at the end of the day, at the end of the meal, like a little bit of it, because it's quite strong as well and quite very strong flavor. This is the Slovak sweets that actually just recently came to Taiwan. We found them in High Life. And basically, it's very similar.
So before you found it in High Life, you didn't know.
We didn't know that it's actually. I think it had to come very recently. And actually, in Slovakia, they have different packaging. They probably had to change the packaging because of the humidity here, so they stay fresh and crispy.
Oh, you called it a kind of waffle, right?
Yes, it's
the
like
very thin and crispy waffle.
Yes. We can even open it and try these later on. So they're very popular in Slovakia. You always have to have this on your hike to get energy.
Last thing is maybe we will put a little bit of boiling water to the feta cheese.
它会稍微有点融化，变得有点 creamy 的感觉。If people like it like creamier, we can put cream in it.
Yes, sour cream, exactly. Afterwards, we just mix everything together. So we mix the dumplings together with the cheese, and we put a little bit of bacon on top, and we're done.
Rapachki 这个口味的这个饺子，我们要放一些饺子在这个酸菜里面去混合。它不是直接放上去，它是混在一起。
And then we can get a plate and
we have the plate, yeah.
And we will actually need 2 plates. So actually, our colleague Liang Chen, she's translating books from Slovak to traditional Chinese characters and the other way around. And this is actually a book that she wrote and published in Taiwan. She decided to write her own book, and this is actually a book about the historical Slovak market located in Bratislava. So it has these beautiful illustrations of the traditional Slovak market, what can be bought there, what's the tradition.
Oh, it's with a lot of photos.
Yes, lots of illustration pictures as well. So here is the gnocchi or the dumplings together with the cheese mixed and bacon, and actually a little bit of a green garnish on top, so it looks nicer. And this is the strapačky. So both of the dishes are ready to be served and eaten. So this is the final dish, brinzové halušky.
and also strapačky.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you will not miss an episode from the Taste of Europe.